皆さんこんにちは、なるです。本編を見たい方は YouTube のチャプター機能からスキップしてください。今回は Light Out と Tweek Talks から北米勢としてのスーパーノヴァの結果やあcolaさんとスノーさん、Riptideについて話しているところを翻訳しました。また、チビテレビとしてのスーパーノヴァでのインタビュー動画も投稿したので、よかったら見てください。リンクは右上にあります。それではどうぞ。
The NA Avengers column. Do you feel like we did enough to say that we are the better NA as a whole is the better region than Japan? Because they sent their best. They sent their most lethal. I mean, Raru was there too. It wasn't just me and a cola. Raru was there too. Yoshidora was there too. Hurt was there too. They sent their absolute finest soldiers, and the top three was occupied from a man from Mexico who was born in San Diego, another man from the Dominican Republic who resides in Las Vegas, Nevada. I seen you, and I know why. Keep it up, Sonix. And another man from good old Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the results over Japan. Did the NA defenders do enough, Cosmos?
I'm gonna say it. I don't think they did.
What?
I don't think they did. No, I think this is a very good statement for the beginning of the season for the NA Avengers. But I do think a lot of them got shafted. I think we can add Marss into that group now because I'm pretty sure he's going to go to more tournaments also. I don't know if he's going to go to Japan. I don't think he wants to go to Japan for Smash, but he's going to go to more tournaments. But he didn't get top 8. Light, who was supposed to be part of the Avengers, didn't get top 8. Tweek, who was supposed to be like one of the most consistent Avengers, didn't got top 8. Lord knows what happened to Zomba. I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't think he got top. Did he get top 24? I don't know what happened to him.
He got
yeah, but he also didn't get top 8.
He got 13.
Okay, 13. He still didn't get top 8. And just the fact that we still had like over half of the top 8 be Japanese players, we still needed to step it up. We need Tweek in that top 8. We need Light in that top 8. We need me in that top 8. I would have been that top 8 if I went. But I still think I heard that there's going to be some Japanese players going to Riptide. And then I know Circus happening at some point this year too. I know Mia's going to be there. Hurt's probably going to be there. Probably some other Japanese players. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be another big Japanese tournament happening later on this year. So we need to like make sure we can't just shut it out in one tournament. We got to make sure we did good defending at the biggest tournament in our home turf, but we got to keep it consistent. Like Shattuck, he's cooking everybody. We got to keep it consistent that way. And then we also go to their turf and then also beat them there, because that's where it really matters, because they come here and they also occupy a huge space in our top 24 and top 64. Because their high level players are supposed to be better than our high level players. So we need to go there with our players and show that we can just beat any player that we've faced over there that's in top 64, top 24, top 8. So I feel like it's a good start, but it's not cemented that we are, better than Japan right now. We got to keep cooking them.
I'm so fucking happy that Ashimo was the last representative from Japan. Like, had you told me that going into this tournament, I'd be like, that'd be really fucking cool if that happened. But the odds are not, like Acola's there, Mia's there, and it's just, I loved it because he's been so consistent in getting top 8s in Japan and such a strong region and just doing well with Ryu, which is obviously really tough. And he beat Yoshidora, who's been his racket demon for a really, really long time. That matchup fucking sucks. It's not fun at all. It's not fun on either side, to be honest with you. Yoshidora played it well too. But it's really, really tough for Ryu. So I was really happy, obviously. And I think everyone noticed I was a little biased for my boy Ashimo on the mic, just a little bit. But I was having so much fun, and I just thought it was great. And it was such a good story for him to do that.
He comes off the stage after he plays Spargo. And I don't know if it was Light or Has. One of the two asked him, he's like, how do you feel? And he was like, I'm frustrated. And I was like, bro, I haven't heard Marss say something like that about competition in so long. Like, he get off the stage, he like, all right, that was fun. I'm done. But like, I don't know. It was like something was there, and he was like, yeah, I just feel like I played really bad. And that's probably where like the overthinking, I didn't want to like dive into it. He just lost, he's mad, so I'm not going to ask him about it. But it was just cool to see him with a little bit of fire. Whenever, cause he's, obviously generational. Like, you're not gonna find a player like him.
Yeah.
I don't even know when. Like, he's very, very unique, and when he wants it, he's a gigantic threat to any bracket, as we just saw. So it was cool seeing him this weekend. I'm glad that he showed up and he was ready to play. It's kind of just like last SmashCon.
Okay, another player I have to give props to. Hot take, a cola, bro. Got to give the kid so many
Long
props,
run.
man. That crowd wanted to see not
He
necessarily
started
like him
in
lose.
losers of top 24, so
That crowd was ruthless.
And he
Great
had a bunch
crowd.
of game fives, bunch of game
Yeah, a
fives.
lot
Yes,
of
he
game
did.
fives.
Yeah.
When he
Leo,
was
DeBuzz,
down.
and Mars.
He was down in all. Well, I don't know if
mean,
he was down in the Mars one. but-
He's getting comfortable in, like, or he didn't even need to prove it at this tournament, but he clearly performs well when he's outside of Japan. It's a whole different game. It's a whole different environment, and he's young, but he's clearly prepared to do it. Like, the crazy crowds and everyone wants to see him lose or blah, blah, blah. He's clearly ready for it, and some of them aren't, and that's no shade to them. Some of these people are ranked higher than me, but Mia has a lot more inconsistencies in North America than a cola does, and it's just it's tough. It's a whole different environment, and, like, you know, some of that is a cool thing for Smash, and some of it is due to different rule sets and blah blah blah. Like, it's just difficult when you're traveling all over the world, and it's always a little different. But a cola, he can perform regardless of where he is, I think. So
He's clutch, dude. He's clutch and he's consistent. He really is. And a part of that was, you know, watching him play. It was crazy watching him beat Leo in a game 5. And dude, the more it goes on, the more it just felt like early Leo, where it's like, oh, he's gonna lose now. Oh, it's gonna happen. Like, the number 1 seed, the guy who's gonna win the tournament, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. Doesn't
wins
lose.
every game 5. Wins every
Skates
game
by
5.
somehow. No big
Yeah.
deal. Like barely wins game 4 and crushes.
He did it
game
too
5.
at MK Leo.
I know,
actually,
dude. It like set something off in my brain. I'm like, there's something here. Like, there's something to
Yeah.
be said about what I'm seeing right now. Like, this is important. It felt like, not that the guard hasn't changed officially already or whatever, but it really felt like this is an important moment for sure. Bro, when Kid ripped the mask off against Leo, that was fucking fire. That was so cool. I'm sorry. That was so cool. You saw that, right, Gavin?
I missed it.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Was it after a specific game?
a cola pulled off his mask. I've never seen him without his mask on. He pulled it off when he was down 1-2 against Leo and then beat him 2-0. It was raw, dude. Like, I give it up. That was fucking cool.
His mask off, a cola.
Mask off, dude. He was in there, dude. It was wild.
Cool.
That dude, it was cool. Not a Steve fan by any means, but
Game
holy
5,
shit.
and not even just game 5s. He's losing in these scenarios.
Yep.
It's very impressive for sure.
Who know? Like, Sonix was not having a great day 1, obviously. That is not a loss that I would have ever thought would happen, by the way. Shout out to Snow.
Yeah.
Definitely had a plan and definitely wanted to make something big happen and did it. I need to watch the VOD or something. I know 1 was a timeout or something, but that is just ridiculous. Like, and which is great because Snow's another player where a lot of people were like, is Snow really that nice, or is this like a Japan bias thing from the rankings? And I'm so happy that Snow pulled up and like that, the one matchup where you're like, all right, he's good, but he can't do this one. There's no fucking way he beats Sonix. Well,
I feel like that's the interesting thing about it when it results in a timeout, because I think objectively, I can't in good faith say, oh, Snow timed out Sonix. It's more Sonix intended to time out Snow, and he timed himself out because that he didn't execute it properly. Because there's no world where it's like, hey, I'm Mario, I'm going to time out Sonic, because Sonic's offense and defense are better. So it's just not a thing. So it's more like the opportunity is given to Snow, and he stands his ground, and Sonix times himself out, which is a W, obviously, and it's not easy because Sonic will pump out more damage in a quick amount of time. So he can make up for his mistakes with his timeout strategy. But this matchup is definitely historically bad for Mario, and there's no universe where Mario is timing out Sonic. So it's very, very impressive.
And I don't think people realize that, like, you single-handedly have made this a relevant event.
Thank you, Phil. Stroke me harder. Keep telling me about it.
I'm just keeping it real, bro. Apparently, word on the street is that Riptide has officially passed 800 entrants. Here, I'll even show you guys the tweet so you can be hip right here. Word on the street is Riptide has passed 800 entrants, and it's heading towards out of nowhere. I feel like S tier, maybe P. I mean, look at these names here, guys. But dude, look at this. And I think this all spawned, and I'm going to give you a lot of credit for this, Light. I think this all spawned from Light after Supernova engaging a lot of these people and telling them like, yo, we got to start making these tournaments count more, so we got more opportunities to really bust through these rankings. Because if you think about it, Japan just literally spawns A tiers out their ass every single weekend. Like,
Yes, sir.
we got to take advantage of what we got. Riptide being the first up and coming. I know it's in Ohio, you know, that kind of sucks, but like, it's still going to be a great event. So, you know, even in the middle of Ohio, you got a bunch of competition coming in. So kudos to Light. You want to explain how you led that charge to bring NA back?
It was very simple. I was honestly just playing Smash. I was playing Smash with Mia when Grand Finals was ending.
Mm-hmm.
We were having some good sessions, and then I was just thinking about it. I'm like, damn, like, we're not gonna have a while until like we play like against a bunch of people again. I'm like, bro, like, we need to make shit happen. And then I forgot who it was that told me. Someone mentioned to me that Mia and Hurt were supposed to be going to Riptide, and no one was talking about it. You know, like, I get announcements. I get like they are supposed to wait for other people to get announced to like entice other top players.
Yep.
I feel top players should know about Japanese players coming over before announcements are made.
Correct.
Because we need time to like think about this shit, you know? So like when I heard Mia and Hurt were going preemptively, I'm like, okay, well, like, people need to know about this. Like, because I mean, obviously we don't get to fight Japan that much. So we're like, okay, let's like get this going. So literally, I think the first person I asked was Sonix. And I asked him if he was going. We talked about me and her, and he was like, yeah, I'm probably going to be going. He wasn't sure yet completely. I'm not going to lie. I think the snow reveal is what, like, got Sonix to go, like, 100%.
He wants that
I
run
didn't see
back.
that one. I didn't see that one coming. I wonder if that was going to happen anyway, or if, like, he also got enticed by the crowd, like, the amount of people. But after that, I started talking to some people at the bar, my two amigos. And then Tweek texted me. And this is perfect, because Tweek never wants to do anything, as you definitely know, Cosmos. He never wants to do shit. And I said Tweek doesn't want to do, like, anything, like go to tournaments. No, yeah, so Tweek hit me up, and he's just like, I want to go to more shit, so, like, let me know your schedule. I'm like, Riptide? He's like, who's going? I'm like, we're going. Like, you know, because that's a big thing that I and others forget. We are the competition now. Where we go is where people will follow. So I'm like, Mia's going, Hurt's going, and we're going. Like, that's a big deal. That will get people to go. He's like, bet, I'm in. And then I talked to Zamba, and Zamba's like, Zamba said that he denied Riptide. And I was like, well,
Denied Riptide?
Like, they asked him to go, and he was like, nah.
Oh.
And he was like, I was like, well, undeny it, because, like, the Japanese players are going. He's like, all right, bet. And then he undenied it. And then he told me he had to check with his team, and I guess the action of him checking with his team brought up like the team going, because like it's big enough for them to go.
Nice.
And Shattuck apparently wasn't going to go because he was going. He had school going on, you know. But I think this event just became too big for him to turn down, and then you know he heard about like Zamba like and his team going, so he's probably like, okay, I'm going now, you know. So then it just started packing up. I think Cola was already going, so there was already like a good amount of talent that was going, but then like the top like 6 of the top 10 just all confirmed in like less than a week, and that's like a huge deal. So like it just really just started chain affecting, and it was beautiful. Honestly, I love seeing it happen. And honestly, even if Mia and Hurt and Snow aren't going, this is something that we can do really often, and that we just don't choose to do. There are a lot of events that we can turn into S tier or A tier or P tier that we just don't choose to do it because North America gets kind of lazy sometimes.
Yep.
Which is why we fall behind. But this was a perfect example that we can do this. I would really love to see this happen on more events if we just communicate with each other.
それでは 今日の単語を見ていきましょう。consistent 安定している。例文 He is consistent in making it to top 8. 彼は安定してトップ8に入っている。cook スラングでプレイがノリノリの時や逆にやられている時にも使います。例文 He's cooking であいつノリノリじゃん。He's getting cooked あいつボコボコにされてんじゃんという意味です。セメントという意味の動詞ですね。地位を確立する。He has cemented himself as the best player in the world. 彼は世界一の選手としての地位を確立した。Bracket Demon 大会で当たってよく負ける相手のことですね。例文 His bracket demon is Spargo. 彼が大会でいつも負ける相手はスパーゴだ。Kudos to これは props to とかによく似ています。敬意を表したりとか、すごいっていう意味で使います。例文 Kudos to him for winning a hard matchup. 不利相性なのに勝った彼を褒めたいね。crowd 観客で人混み、スマブラ以外ではこういう意味で使います。例文 The crowd was cheering for him. 観客は彼の応援をしていた。clutch プレッシャーなど緊張感のある試合などで見事勝った時に言います。が、そういう選手のことを言います。例文 He's so clutch. That was clutch. で、あいつやばいなっていう感想を言うときに使います。タイムアウト。これタイムアップのことですね。動詞でも使いますし、名詞でも使います。例文 He timed out his opponent. 彼は相手をタイムアップで倒した。The game went to timeout. その試合はタイムアップになった。W Win を省略したもので、いいねみたいな意味でも使います。例文 He got a W. あいつが勝った。はい、今回は以上です。見てくださった皆さんありがとうございました。